Welcome to Sean on the Go and my walking tour of Waikiki Beach. I took this walk at around 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning when it wasn't very crowded, and I began my walk down around the Waikiki Aquarium at Kapolani Beach Park. The walk is about 0.8 miles and it's about 15 to 16 minutes, although I made a few stops along the way. Well, it is 7 a.m. We're in Waikiki and we're doing the walk from the aquarium back to the banyan tree. It's about a 15-16 minute walk and it's 0.8 miles. So I started right there. You can see it's been under construction quite some time. That's the aquarium. And that has been blocked off as they've been repairing the walkway for, quite a while. I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been many, many months. There's a few spits of land just like this one, or piers if you will, water breaks, breakwaters, rock walls you can walk out on. You can see people out there now. You can see fish, and of course during the day different ones you can people surfing and swimming. Of course it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday, so a lot of people out taking walks, exercising. There are showers up and down the beach, of course, on the beach, in the park. You see they're getting ready to the Barefoot Beach Cafe right here in the Waikiki Beach. Good spot to come if you want to grab a little snack and just sit outside. They do some live music as well. I don't know if it's every evening, but certain evenings. I just walked out here just a minute ago on my way out, and this guy walking in here with the pool floaty, he was actually floating on his pool floaty and fishing. He had a little line in his hand, throwing out some bread, and I believe he was fishing. Either that or he was just chumming for fish, one of the two. So yeah, you get a chance to see a lot of little crabs crawling around, fish in the water. So, I don't know exactly what that group is, but they meet all the time. They apparently have a permit to be here, and they meet every weekend or however often, I'm not sure, but I see them all the time. On my way by, walking out just now, I overheard two of them talking. Apparently, They normally meet over here where you can see these tents being set up, but those guys took their spot, and I overheard him say that they have a permit for the spot, but he's okay, you know, setting up in a different location today. I wanted to stop and ask him what their group is, if it's a church group, an AA group, not quite sure. So apparently you can get a permit for your function and set up every day, every week in the same location in the park. And if you've been to Hawaii before, or if you haven't been to Hawaii before, you know, it's a big city, Waikiki, Honolulu. There's a homeless population, so as you walk around super early in the morning, you'll see people sleeping, living. I noticed the man over here on the left, he's probably not out claiming his spot on the beach. He's probably been there all night, I'm guessing. Could be wrong, but you never know. We got some public restrooms here. And a banyan tree. If you've been to Hawaii, you likely know what they are. If you haven't been to Hawaii, I love banyan trees. I think they're amazing. You got people out here taking a group lesson, as you can see over on the beach over there. But the banyan trees drop these, I'm gonna say roots, I'm sure someone can correct me, but they go down, connect to the ground, they start forming whole new trunks, as you can see. Don't quote me on this and feel free to fact check me, but the largest one I think is in India. The tree spans like a mile or something, ridiculous. Even here in Hawaii there's a couple that are quite large. So I started to say that if you have or haven't been to Hawaii, they have this volleyball court here. This is a perpetual makeshift stage there, as you can see, with the mount for the light fixtures. They'll bring a stage in. They have volleyball tournaments all the time. I've been here for events other than volleyball tournaments, of course. I know when Southwest Airlines announced their flights to Hawaii, they set up and had a whole community event, free, you know, food, snacks, etc. Giveaways just to promote coming to Hawaii. So come here pretty soon, they'll have volleyball tournaments, just people playing volleyball, guys, girls, mix, you name it. I'm gonna guess all these kids with the matching shirts might be here with a group for a tournament. Here's another pier right here, as you can see. It's a good one to go walk out and you can see people surfing, and it's a little deeper, less rocky, and like I said, waves, and people are surfing out there. And like this kiosk here, there's tons in Waikiki. You can rent surfboards, lawn chairs, umbrellas. So this pier here is a concrete pier, but as you can see, it's covered in sand from all the waves, water, and feet. Statues, plaques, little monuments all over the place here. So now that we just passed the end of the park, we're into town now. That was the zoo right there. Now we're into hotels, and I'm gonna zoom out a bit. So now we have Waikiki Beach to our left, and hotels, restaurants galore to our right. The park is long gone behind us. Yes, this here, that is a bicycle rack to lock your bike up to, obviously. And these little blue bikes here, I actually have a membership. You can get a day membership, pay by the minute or hour. If you're a resident, you get better rates. I bought a year pass. I forget, I get 5 hours for like $20 or $30. It's great because they have an app. And as you can see, there are bikes right there. There are more bikes right there. They're all over the place. This is probably the closest to, but You could get a bike and drop it off, whatever. Don't have to worry about carrying a bike lock or getting your bicycle stolen. You do run the risk of coming out and needing a bike and having to walk 2 or 3 blocks to get one, because some of the bike racks might be empty. Like the next one you can see right up there, it only has a few bikes at it. You can see this little wall or breakwater. There's 2 areas here on Waikiki Beach that are shallow and protected, really good for families and kids, safe to swim in. They've also cleaned it out where there's no rocks. You're not going to cut your feet, no coral. As you can see, this is another surfboard rental shop that'll open up shortly. Let's stop here for 1 second. Get more showers, the beach. You can see all the surfers out there. So back to these Bicky bikes, I think that's what they're called. The app does show you how many bikes are at each stop. So if you have a group of 3 or 4 people, you don't want to go to a bike location only to find there's 2 bikes. So that's kind of nice about the app. All these healthy and fit people, whether local or on vacation. In case you don't know this about Waikiki, ABC stores, which are, it's called a mini Walmart on steroids. They are everywhere. There's one right, well, the van just blocked it, never mind. There'll be another one in a minute. As I said, there are statues, monuments everywhere. We do have lifeguard shacks that will be opening up soon enough. And I mentioned the safe swim areas. As you can see, this swim area over here has a wall completely protecting it. It is a lower tide now. On high tide, that wall will have water right up to the edge of it. And over here you see a few more breaks. This one might have a little bit more, let's say, aggressive water flow. Eventually, where these people are standing over here will be covered in water eventually. But yeah, if you go out past it and go swim out in the open ocean, out past the wall, out on that side, I've actually cut my foot once or twice. You're out there barefoot. There's coral, there's rocks, it is the ocean, so be careful. Anyway, as I was mentioning, you have these ABC stores everywhere. That's a smaller one, of course. There's sometimes 2 or 3 at one intersection. As you can see, this walkway is beautiful, decorated, waterfalls. Right now I can smell coffee, I can smell food. Over here we have your Cheeseburger in Paradise restaurant. Good place to get a burger, a beer if you like, lots of TVs. And they do have a breakfast special, although I've never partaken. I know my brother-in-law and sister, when they come, they frequent this place. Good place to get a reasonably priced breakfast. This place here is newer. I don't know if it's a year new or how new, but this did not used to be this little coffee shop cafe. As you can see, you get your little acai bowls and such. Now, if you want a truly cheap breakfast, you of course have your Old Faithful McDonald's right over there, right in the middle of the Waikiki Beach Strip. I said homeless, get used to it. It's here. Tends to get cleaned up a bit, you know, once the day gets going. The police do a pretty good job of keeping the area clean and safe for tourists. Again, showers abound. More showers over here. And you can see this is the end of the protected little swim area here. It's very open, so in high tide, waves would pretty much crash through here, and you'd actually get some waves. This beach, if you set up right here, you can see a line here where the water eventually will probably come up that high, so don't set up too low on the beach. And you see more lifeguard shacks. People already getting out on the beach, 7 a.m., maybe 7:20 by now, 7:15. McDonald's, we're in Hawaii, tour buses galore. This place here is another snack shack that'll open up. They do something about pineapples, little drinks and treats. I don't know, I've never got one. If it's a ice cream and a pineapple or a drink, I'm not sure. And here is the next banyan tree. Not the one with the flowers, but it's right behind it. Now, I will say I have stayed many, many times at this hotel here, nothing fancy. The Circle Hotel, if you've ever been to LA, you might think of Tower Records' old round building. It looks a lot like that. I like it that it's right across the street. It's a no-frills hotel. And hopefully you can hear me with the moped going by. But most all the rooms have a view, but most importantly, you can leave your room and be on the beach in about 2 or 3 minutes. I love that. If you stay at the Hilton, it can take you 15, 20 minutes to get to the beach. But I'm gonna pan all the way out. This banyan tree is very manicured and trimmed to keep it in check. But every morning and every night, a million birds must live in this tree. You come here in the evening, you can walk underneath and just hear them, and I think it's beautiful, it's magical. And if you stay at the hotel right here, you sit on your balcony having your poke bowl and your cocktail, your Mike's Hard Lemonade, and you just watch the birds come and go every morning and every night. I guess the Mike's Hard Lemonade would be more of a nighttime thing. So that's it. This video is 16 minutes from the aquarium all the way down to the banyan tree. And I'm just gonna walk around and show you. This is literally one of my favorite spots. It is fake grass, not real, but I would come out here. Sometimes I'd even bring my computer and just sit and do some email work. Set out a blanket just to keep sand off of everything. But you're safe, you're protected. I will say I've never had anything stolen from me here. I once lost a smartwatch in the sand, but that's my fault, shame on me. So you got the Waikiki skyline. You got the Waikiki beach. And everything that goes with it. I'll shoot the same video in the middle of the afternoon and it will be quite a difference with the amount of people. Looks like Southwest is either setting up or tearing down right over there. I did see the news the other day and I believe it was some type of a surf competition. We're in Waikiki Beach. The waves aren't that big, so it wasn't something dramatic. But there was still some type of a competition going on. They're probably tearing it down now. So I'm not going to keep going. I'm stopping here. So aloha, happy Saturday, and hope you get to come and enjoy this because it is gorgeous.